Right then guys, good morning. Slightly different this week. We have come down to Brian James Trailers. We're very pleased and humbled that Brian James Trailers are sponsoring our live event 2026 up at the Great Yorkshire Showground, and the guys have kindly invited us down to have a little look round and see what's involved in producing these wonderful trailers. So we're down with Luke, who is head of productions.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So all the pressure in the world on Luke. And Jim is head of
Business Development Manager.
Business Development, there you go. I didn't want to undersell you there, Jim. And so between these guys and many others, I'm sure, we're going to have a look round and see what's involved, really. Yeah, what's produced and what's involved.
We'll come across to the Hall of Fame over here. We're stood in what we call Factory 1, which was actually built in year 2002. But previous to that, the history very much started in 1979, where Brian James himself, who's pictured here, was producing trailers in his garden shed. So Brian started producing the trailers, basically from angle iron and simple materials, and started producing some really good car trailers. And he was involved in motorsport, so therefore a lot of people in the motorsports recognised his trailers and then started to ask him, and it just naturally, organically grew from there. Brendan and Darren, who his two sons, came into the business. And they saw the opportunity to bring the business up to another level. They actually built this Factory 1 on a greenfield site. Mm-hmm. But at the time, it was only car trailers that were made, both enclosed and open car trailers. Right. And then it was about 15 years ago, we actually started to produce commercial trailers. Now commercial trailers are almost 2/3 of the volume we produce, right. Compared to the car trailers. So it's obviously a very important part of the market. But still, we're a market leader in the car trailers, so therefore it's a very important market to us, and we're very passionate about the car trailers as well.
Absolutely.
In the middle of the pandemic, because the demand was so great, Lewis James, who's now the CEO, made the bold move to take on Factory 4 and 5. So now we've got 5 factories.
I suspect when this building was indeed built, 2002 there, look, I suspect that's it. You thought, oh, that's it, problem solved, great big building. Yeah.
For about 6 months.
For a year. Yeah.
Till we hit the capacity, yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Absolutely. Like you say, when you tick that box, that's right, that's it.
That's it, yeah.
We've sorted it now.
We've cracked it.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
But now we're in a very good position because we have a very large amount of production capacity.
Yeah.
And so we're pushing into new markets all the time. We've just gone into America.
Brilliant.
So we're now getting a lot of interest from the American markets.
Are they bigger ones?
No.
Bigger trailers.
Bigger
cars.
Yeah,
it's not actually. We're giving our refined European trailer, and because they're full of European cars over there, and there's a lot of Ferraris and Porsches and the rest, and there's a vast amount of them. Right then, well, let's go and see Factory 1.
Brilliant. Let's have a look.
Superb.
Right, so guys, this is our Factory 1, and so what takes place in Factory 1 is cutting of the steel, bending of the steel, and then we've got another building at the back of the yard, which is our forming, so makes our runways as well. So we'll go into lasers first, and we'll look at what the lasers are doing, so we can see some cutting of the steel, and then we'll go through the process of what the benders as well. Lasers, we have got 6 lasers that we run. All programs come through, and we just put the program numbers into the laser, and then that will cut. So cutting a variety of steel, so we go from pre-galv material 1 mil thick all the way up to 8 to 10 mil steel as well, so depending on what we need. The majority of what we do is around 3 and 5 mil steel that we're cutting on the lasers, but we have the capacity to do that as well. So you got, they're in banks of 2 going through the factory.
Right. Oh, I see.
But there's your laser that's running at the moment. So that's your program that is being ran. So it shows you what we are cutting. But then if you look in there, you can see where the laser's actually cutting the products as well. Wow.
No axles then? No grinding sparks?
No.
No, like, get your goggles on?
No.
So I take it you have to change the bed periodically, do you?
Yeah, we change the bed probably once every between 5 to 10 days. So yeah, the build builds up. But we have 2 beds that run, so we'll always have the machine loaded for the next sheet to go in as well. So again, in terms of downtime and keeping that process running, once this program is finished, we then load in the other bed that will be preloaded with the next set of material.
Oh, okay.
And then we will just, but at times like this bed here, yeah, you would go, right, these slats now need changing, and we'll change them out. We've cut a variety of parts into that nest. But yeah, it's not done in twos at all. So you'll see different parts in this that are not all from one trailer. There'll be bits in there as well that are done. So
Effectively, you'll cut what you can get out of that
So we
sheet.
have a cut date of the batch. So and we work in batches A, B, C, D. So it'll be put into batches, but it's cut. You'll have different parts of each trailer that are on the different material that's required. So it just goes into that batch. So again, for us, it's all about sheet utilisation. Again, you'll see as you walk through, you'll see some skeletons of these sheets that come off, and they're the perfect thing that we've used as much as we can out of it. And of course, there is times when you can't, and depending on what the product's going onto it, you're going to have a bit of off-cut, but we'll do what we can to get the best out of it.
We better let this man get on. Yeah. It's amazing when you're thinking it. You know, he would have started off with an hacksaw and a grinder, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
You know, he would have done, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
You know, Mr. James.
Yeah.
All that time ago, and now you pop it in a machine, hit some buttons, and walk off.
Yeah, the technology of the lasers is impressive, but yeah, we do, like I said, 6 lasers that run throughout the day.
Luke, how does that go in and that come out then? They go underneath each other?
Feed it through, so you've got controls underneath, so this bed lowers, and then that bed will come out, load back up and goes back in, So that's your lasers, and again, we can look at lasers as we're walking through. We've then got your bend machines behind us, so we've got 7 bend machines, but we bend a lot of our product through. We do cut things from the lasers that are just flat as well, but a lot of it will come over to this department in bend. And again, that's just in terms of getting the product ready to then be fed into factory 2 or factory 3 and 5, which we go through as well. So I think, the majority of what we're coming through from these lasers comes over here, and we will bend the product. Again, adding strength into the product as we're putting bends in and folding and things like that. But yeah, there's a lot of product that comes through here at bend.
Yeah, brilliant. Isn't it?
There's a lot of everything, Luke, to be honest with you.
There is, isn't there?
There's a lot of product.
There's a lot of everything. Yeah.
No, so that is one of your skeletons that we have. Yeah. So again, there's not a lot. There's a little bit there. You'd go, okay, on the bottom sheet maybe a little bit, but for us, it's again, like I said.
Yeah, you're not wasting much, are you?
But again, when you look at bend here, back to the bend department, so again, variety of machines. We've got small parts that are going through here, all the way up to our runways that we produce on this larger machine here. That again, what you'll see there on those trays over there are some of the larger runways that will be bent, and it's a 2-man job to bend them. Just obviously on the weight of the product that's going through, but creating the runways for us to send over to factory 2 to go into the fabrication.
A lot of them. I suppose in an ideal world, you want a mile-long factory, don't you? Steel goes in that end, and the trailer goes on that end.
I think that would be blue sky thinking would be a big factory that you go from all 5 joined up and
What we're very proud of is that we build everything from sheet metal upwards, so therefore we're completely in control of the whole process. We don't use any external contractors for any of this work.
No.
But it means that if we have to adapt anything in design, if one hole needs to be moved by 2 millimeters, it can be done very quickly, and it's into production. We are a logistics-based manufacturer. We don't batch build hundreds of the same product. We literally build what is in demand. So therefore we have the complete flexibility. So a lot of what you see being built here is actually small, very small batches, 3s and 4s of different trailers coming through.
Oh, right. I didn't realise that. I thought you would do a run of 50 of those and then 50 of those, but it's supply and demand, so whatever.
Exactly. Being light on our feet, having the right stock in the right place, and really working for what the customer wants at any one time. Has really set us in stead, and it particularly looked after all our customers during the pandemic, where the demand was so great, we needed to produce for sales consistently. The dealers can choose what they want at any one time. They have build slots allocated to them, and they can literally choose a different trailer into each build slot. A lorry going out of here could have 5, 6 different trailers on at the same time.
So one week these guys will be doing for one particular product range, and the next week they'll be doing something completely different.
No, on a daily basis.
More than so it's quick as a day.
So these build slots that the dealers have, essentially that's a slot of 8, isn't it? They'll either put 8 open into it, they might put 4 open and then enclosed onto it. Again, the flexibility there is amazing.
But we also now back up our dealers with stock from the factories, so we actually build our own stock.
Yes.
And we can back them up with that. So availability is phenomenal. We've got stock at the dealers, stock here, and then a really good short lead time.
Dealers will always swap with each other, do they, if they need something? I mean, there's that flexibility.
If they need to, but it's not as common now. Now we have stock from the factory because they can just draw directly from the stock.
Yeah.
And we have flexible logistics as well to be able to do a small load if needed.
Okay.
So it's all about getting that to that end customer in a timely way.
As quick as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on the dealer front, how many dealers are we talking UK-wise now?
We got just over 30 in the UK and Ireland, and then we've got around 120 worldwide.
Right.
But we're very big in the Australia and New Zealand market as well. A lot of going shipping containers over there, and then also into Europe. We're well established across Europe. So we actually won the Queen's Award for Export about 7 or 8 years ago, and then last year we won the King's Award for Export. So it's very well recognised that 2/3 of what we produce in these factories is exported out of the country.
Brilliant.
So it's a very big market for us now.
So what we've got here in this corner is your side kits, drop sides, and then the bodywork, the colours that we give to our customers for the trailer. So have 5 different colours they can choose from. So again, that's configurable for that dealer or the end user when they want to order their trailers. But this department here will take the product from laser, bend, and then put it into a kit, which then gets fed through the assembly line and is fitted to the trailer or sent out as an options kit for the dealer to fit.
You're very much through the dealers. You don't do ex-factory stuff. You don't do direct.
No, it's all sold through the dealer network, worldwide.
Yeah.
It's all about investing in the dealers, getting really good professional dealers to do a really good quality service to the end user. So.
Right, guys, we'll go up to the punch shed now. So this is our runway forming and a lot of our gripping.
On the T6s that you use, the car transporters, the upward punch is absolutely classic for grip on the body. But also it's the strength. It's the strength for the lashing points in the runway as well. So it's something we've always done through the range of trailers. On the commercial trailers, it's a downward punch, so that a pallet or something like that doesn't get caught on it. But it's still it's downward punch, so it's got the strength in there. But the punch is a really critical part of our process. It's another part that is worked incredibly hard, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you can see over here we've got the blank steel that will be fed into the punch shed, and then it goes in and has the form in that, again, like Jim has said, gives you all the grip or making sure that you've got that from a flatbed point of view. We're not interfering there, but we'll go in and have a look at it. It's incredibly noisy in there, but you'll get to see how the process works. So this is our punch shed. So we've got 2 machines in here, a small machine and a larger machine behind us that do. Large machine will do a lot of our runways, and these will do a lot of our mud guards and steps that we add into our. But again, it's around grip being added into our trailers. So whether it's flatbed or steps for the commercial range, as well as your car transporters, where we're adding grip into there. So when vehicles are going on there, they've got something to grip onto. But fairly heavy duty process that goes on. The noise in here is you'll hear it in a minute when we go.
Didn't we, as we walked across
from Leeds?
From Leeds,
but they will just go through, and we build stock of this as well because it's such a pivotal point of our business. If we have any machine breakdown, it could eventually affect our production. So we hold some stock of this. So blank sheets will come in and then be fed through the machine, varying different programs.
Blank sheets coming in. And will that cut as well, or is that just the punch?
But it has got the capability to cut bits off as well, but it is mainly punching and adding the form in, but you can put some cutouts in there as well. Part of it you'll see on the trailers.
Tell him not to stop on our account. Keep going.
You can put it on if you want, Kingsley.
Yeah,
you can see it.
Money, look. Yeah, there you go. Look there. It won't take many minutes though, does it?
You can soon get through some.
So that now is forming now, isn't it?
Yeah, I see. So one run cuts it or stamps it, other forms it, right? I get it.
Yeah, it's a shame you can't get in the same process, isn't it? So you hold your punch and then you have to then bruise it effectively.
So that's your byproduct of your blank going in, and this is then what's formed. So you've got your up form in there, and you've got your cutout parts that have gone in as well. This again is a part that's then fed into bend. So
then into folding,
it gets folded and then goes over to our fabrication and gets welded on our robot. And then goes to our galvanisers.
Most of the welding robots now?
On some of our high volume, so low ramps, yes, we do a lot of it through robot welding, but all our chassis are manually welded at the same time. The small parts, but what we try to do, anything that we have in a load of high volume in, just because of efficiency, we'll run it through the robot.
And from this, once you've folded it and all the rest of it, welded, so on and so forth, it doesn't matter a bit of rust on it before galvanising, or do you have to sandblast them before you galvanise it?
So when it goes to the galvaniser, it goes into an acid dip first. So it gets acid treated first, then goes into the hot dip tank, and then comes out. So yeah, to be honest with you, if there's a bit of rust on it, it actually means the galv will take just as well. So it's not, it's not a massive problem at all for us. Yeah. We're going to the yard, and then there's not a lot to see in the yard. It's more, again, what you can see here in the yard is all the runways that have then come through the punch process.
Yep.
So how this process now works is, again, batch work of what the dealer's requesting. We would go, okay, in that batch you need X amount of runways. They get picked from these stillages and then fed into the bend and folding process, and then go through that process and then get fed across into factory 2 from the fabricating point, where we again build the trailer up and then goes into weld. This is our factory 2, so our fabricating factory. So we'll go inside. We've got varying parts that go through here again, so and processes. So we've got pre-assembly that supply our chassis build. We've got small part weld, and then we've got robot weld as well, and cross member. So there's a lot of elements that come from this factory that feed into our chassis that then go on out to our galvanisers. But let's go on and we'll have a look at it.
Let's have a look.
So on your right hand side here, this is our pre-assembly area for chassis weld. So the guys will get everything picked for them on a pick list of what's required to build each chassis.
All right,
and then they go through and build that up to make it available for the chassis welders. So the guys here, they're probably as a team of 2, they're building around 8 to 10 chassis a day, depending on what the product
So
is.
they'll just put them on them jigs and then wheel them across here.
Wheel them across, So you'll see like some of the ones here on your left hand side, they're ready to go into weld, and they just get fed in. Again, for us there, it's about we're feeding the welders because they're a skilled operative. We want them welding, not building the trailer at that point. We feed them the work, they weld it through, and we'll do that. So, in this corner, this is our small part weld. So again, this is probably the one area of weld where the variety of parts that go through this department is phenomenal. Again, what we try to do if we're having large volume, we will take it from being welded there and put onto our robot.
Look at the work and skill that goes into building this trailer. It's all about lightweight materials, but the bend, and about the cross members to make this incredibly strong. You know, this is market leader in its field, this trailer, and it has to do a lot of work. We've got many customers doing 10,000 miles a month with this trailer. This works really, really hard. A lot of the challenge of making big trailers, 6-metre trailers, is stopping twists in them. And then we go and dip them in 500-degree, molten metal to galv them, which again can distort them. So there's a lot of design goes into them to stop that twist, stop that distortion, and give you a very consistent product, isn't it?
When these guys have then done the welding of the chassis, it goes into a pre-galv inspection. So again, that's just a quality check we do to go, have we hit all our weld points, and make sure everything is as it should be before we then send it off to our subcontractor that will galvanise it. And when we send that away, it's a 48-hour process from leaving here, goes to Telford and then comes back to our other assembly where we then put it through our assembly line. Robot jigs. Robot jigs, So you've got 3 robots. You've got single cell robot, twin cell robot, and then the shuttle cell robot. So the shuttle cell has the capacity to be able to run chassis through it. We've run digger plant chassis through there as well. So again, automated system where it will put all your welds on. We still do a pre-galv check on it to make sure quality is right. But again, the robots we utilise for a lot of our high volume parts. So where we saw in the punch shed, we've got the ramps being produced, they get put through here as well. So they go through, because we do so many, it makes sense that we just have the robot.
Put all the bits together, clamp them down, send them in.
And then as it comes off, again, we check to make sure where are we at in terms of weld quality, make sure there's anything that we need to touch up, tidy off, that the robot may have left spatter and things like that. And then, we send that on to our galvanisers as well.
Makes your head ache.
Get through some MIG wire.
There's a lot to think about, isn't there?
There's a lot
of MIG wire.
But again, when we talk about the variety of what trailers go through, you can see by just looking here in the weld bays, they're all different.
They're all different,
It's nothing that we just do batch of all the same stuff. It is all different depending on what that dealer needs.
Do they miss many?
None at all, of course. 100% accuracy. But I was just saying that's the part we do. So we have a pre-galv inspection.
Yeah.
So it goes into the bay here. So they will look for missing welds. That's the fabricator. We'll go to factory 4 and 5 now to look at the process of when the chassis have left here. We'll then go and look at when we then start building the trailers in our assembly line.
Might be quieter in there.
It will be quieter in there, definitely, yeah. So again, what you see here, these are our chassis that are then going to go to the galvanisers.
So these are done
So these
on
have
their
been
way, are
welded,
they?
they've been processed through our manufacturing of factory 2, and then we'll be loaded onto the curtain side of there.
Yeah.
We have 2 collections a day with our galvanisers, so they
Right.
will come and collect parts as
And
well
you still
as
send that
chassis.
out, you don't, that isn't you guys?
No, that's a subcontracted outfit,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
it's done in Telford
All right.
by our galvanisers we use there.
Yeah.
And they 48-hour process for chassis,
Right.
and 24-hour process for parts.
Right.
So it's a quick turnaround in
It
terms
is,
of
isn't
getting
it?
the
Yeah,
parts back
yeah.
to us.
Yeah.
And then, once that lorry leaves this site, it then gets delivered up to factory 4 and 5 assembly, which we can go and
Yes.
look at now, where you'll see the parts coming back in, and then we
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to the assembly line.
Perfect. I'm just going to make sure they've done all these welds. Go on, Jack, find one that they've missed.
What you'll see as well on the chassis, you'll see these tags here. So this is our unique sales order for each one.
Ah, right, yeah.
So again, just from traceability, we can follow that trailer all the way through the system. So whenever we place it through our sales team that has a 6-digit sales order, we only use the 4 digits here as a plate, but we can just, we've got that traceability of what's coming through the system.
Yes. Yeah.
And it should, go from A to B, very simple in that process.
I can't get over how many bits.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Loads
involved.
of
lot of
bits,
bits,
isn't
isn't
there?
there?
Yeah.
Which obviously there's going to be an amount, isn't there? But in my head, naively, I thought you would get that and that in one piece,
Yeah.
But obviously not.
No, there's a lot of work goes in the chassis. It's always good to see them upside down like this.
Yeah.
Isn't it? This is one of the Cargo Connect flatbed chassis.
Yeah. Yes.
And you just see the cross bracing there, the strength that goes in.
Yeah.
Because this has got an 80mm fennel ply goes above it, and it can take a point load anywhere on this deck.
Yep.
And these trailers are consistently taking a hell of a lot of weight. So,
Yes. Nature of the
they've
job.
They've got to be built well for the job. So.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
But
absolutely.
it's got to be lightweight, so you've still got a good payload because
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
governed to 3.5 ton.
Yeah.
But it's got to be immensely strong.
Yeah. That's right.
Right, let's go to factory 4 and 5 then. So this is factory 5, so part of our stores factory picking and assembly as well that feed into our overall assembly process. So
Yes.
we'll have a walk through, but you've got on your left hand side down this aisle, this is our picking aisle.
Yes.
So again, everything when we talk about sales order, you'll have a pick sheet and we go down and pick individual components that make up the assembly of the trailer. So on your left hand side is all our purchase components we bring in, and then on the right hand side of the aisle is all our manufactured parts that we produce ourselves. Which we'll have a wander down and I'll show you what they are and we can have a see what they are. So the guys will work on, like I said, a pick sheet. They will go down here and they'll pick quantities of what's required for each assembly. And then on your right hand side, again, we do the manufactured parts, and some of these are assembly parts as well. So you've got there, like these are kick down legs that we use.
Oh
on
yeah.
our Asian
Oh, I
trailers.
saw them on a trailer down
so
there.
they're your kick down
yeah,
legs.
yeah.
That there's an assembly that make over in the pre-assembly area over there. They get put into the pick and then are fitted in the overall assembly over in the trailer. But again, you can see from a purchase parts, what we bring in, there's a vast quantity of what we use to do.
Yeah.
So we've got lighting kits, branding labels there for us, multiple suppliers coming into us. So.
Yeah.
I like the stores department.
I know. Well, you have a drawer for it, aren't you?
I know,
Oh, you're
yeah,
like
yeah,
another
yeah.
drawers.
I know.
It's saving you a job.
That's all I can do to go and have a look around those tubs.
So this is, again, just showing you how we do it. Again, there's your sales order number. This is all the purchase parts, so the P stands for purchasing. So that's just what they would go do and then pick. Then we have a manufactured parts on the other side as well. There, sorry. And they would then go through and get those as well. And then that creates your whole pick. That number is then married up with the 4-digit code of the chassis.
Yep.
And then gets fed into our assembly line over there. So marry them together and it enters the line and follows it through, all the way through.
I could do with 2 of them, 1 of them,
Yeah, I know.
3 of them, yeah, 4 of them.
So our pre-assembly department looks at like drop sides, side
Right,
kits,
okay,
and things
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
over
yeah.
here and we'll show you that now. So you've got here on your left hand side, so these are the team that make our ramps.
Oh, okay.
So again, looping back to what we were seeing in the punch shed and then in weld, these will then pull these out. There's a set of those ramps that we looked at actually there. So they will produce them ready for the trailer to be fitted to the trailer or sent out to the dealer. Right. But yeah, you've got a team here of doing 2 guys doing ramps. Then on the other side, we've got all the guys that do all our other option kits and side kits dropped. In here is our side kitting department, which we'll go into. Again, what we do here, drop sides, option kits, again, all on a sales order number that is put through from the sales admin team. But the guys will do a lot of quality checks in here as well to make sure, similar to what we were looking at the tipper in the showroom, do the drop sides work, does the clip and clamp system work correctly? They'll do that and they'll jig everything up here from a quality point of view to make sure we're getting what we need to before we send it out to a dealer.
That's good. Cardboard loop?
For our dealer, as we send out the kits.
Oh, okay.
So when we complete kits over here, they'll be boxed up.
I see,
Here's an example, boxed up, and then go out through the dealer network there, because again, some of these will be out for, again, if we send it to Australia, or anywhere in the continent of Europe, they're going to be on a lorry for 2 or 3 days, so it's just protection of the part as well. But this goes again for a pre-delivery inspection to make sure all the components we're saying we should be of that kit are all there from a quality point of view, send off, signed off, and then goes out the rear door down there for final sign off and then put onto the lorry. So again, all this area here is pre-assembly, so do in-house electrics for some of our products as well, so we brought that in-house as well. So you can see the guys working there, they'll do our tilt operation kits for RT7s. We make up our tipper pumps as well in here. So this is a hive of activity in terms of pre-assembly. But yeah, there's a lot that goes in this. So storage boxes, pumps, winches, electrics for a lot of our trailers. So. And then on the left-hand side there, we've then got the router operation. So again, deck board we supply for the majority of our trailers uses 15 or 18 mil deck board on the bed of the trailer. But yeah, they will cut it here to size of what that trailer needs, depending on width and length, and then is fed again across onto the pick into the assembly. So this goes as part of the final assembly.
And that's electronic, that's all?
Yeah, so it's all programmed in again, just run the programs through, all depending on what we do, or what the demand is on that batch, and yeah, they'll cut it through for us. But yeah, we also do our cutting stools or stacking stools as well. So that's on the router as well. So the way we stack our trailers, you'll see them. But yeah, we do that here as well.
Which will be utilising the off-cut.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, right, so we'll go over to Factory 4 now then. So that's the actual assembly of the trailers, and we'll watch them go through the line. So how the pick comes over here into marrying it with the chassis and then going into a finished trailer. Yeah. So we've obviously been in Factory 5, we're now going to come into Factory 4, which is the final assembly of the trailer, which we can show you the trailers from start to finish now. So as we discussed in Factory 5, you've got your sales order number that will come through, and your picks are then completed. So you've got here on your right hand side, there's your final pick that's been fed across from Factory 5, and then that will be married up with the chassis.
Right.
And then it enters the line at this point here, so you can see here.
Yeah, okay. So that's for one trailer, that's for another trailer, that's for, right, okay.
So we're looking at here, we've got an RS3 going through at the moment. That will have linishing and drilling out of galv, because again, when it comes back from galv, we're making sure it's safe, because you'll have some sharp edges from galv that come through. So the first part of the bay is we have linishing, then we go into axle fitment, which they're doing at the moment. And then it just goes through the line. So there's 8 or 9 stages that they go through the line for everything. So yeah,
and each one will move along that line.
Yeah, so it just flows through the line. So depending on what the product is, depends on how quick it will be. So again, in here we do around 15 to 20 trailers a day through this line. Again, depending on product mix. If you have a heavy mix of tippers, it will be a bit slower, but if you have a run of diggers, we'll be able to achieve a lot more. So after axles, we then go into bodywork, and then brakes are then being fitted as well. So in this bay here, you can see the bodywork's been put on, the brakes are going in as well. Obviously, by that point, you've got drawbars, coupling and everything fitted as well. And then we move on into wheels, tyres fitted. Then the trailer gets flipped over, and then your loading options are fitted. So either deck board, ramp trays for your T-transporter, tipper skins for your tippers. This is the final point of the assembly line. On the back of this, it's then taken into our pre-delivery inspection base. Right. So we've got 3 guys that do our pre-delivery inspection. And here we are. So here's your final products in PDI. You've got them on your right-hand side here as well. But yeah,
I see. Yeah. Oh, so that's PDI over there as well?
Yeah, PDI there and here as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is our final touch to making sure what we're sending out is correct as it should be. So wheels torqued, brakes are checked, lights are checked, axles are the right ones, coupling, drawbars. It's also for the strength of the trailer. We're doing what we need to do to make sure it's right. So yeah, and once it comes out of our pre-delivery inspection, it then goes into our stacking bay, which is over here. So again, this is where we will then start going, right, what's it going on? Is it a flatbed? Is it a curtain side? Or is it going in the UK? So that's when our stacking team will stack it effectively for where it needs to go. So we're going to the yard. You can see once the trays will come out how they're stacked, and we'll see that, and then I'm not sure there's a lorry out there, but then we'll go down to factory 3 and see our enclosed trailers being built as well.
These are all waiting to go.
So some of these are stock trailers. So
Right.
again, where we speak about that we
Oh
can
yes, yeah, where you can pull,
pull from our stock. A lot of these out here are stock trailers, but yeah, there will be stuff that is due to either go out today or tomorrow, if not early next week as well. So shall we go down to factory 3 and now see enclosed trailers being built?
Right, so this is factory 3. Come on through.
Thank you.
Oh, it smells more like a factory 3.
It does.
Yeah, so this is our panel assembly area essentially. So we've got routers on your left-hand side where we're cutting flooring and panels for the enclosed trailers, but then we've also got the panel assembly on your right-hand side. So we'll go down and have a look at that, and we can see the routers in action and the panel assembly team working. So what you'll see here, this is our panels that we will then cut on the router. Again, linking back to what we were talking about earlier, we just put on here what the SO is as well, so the sales order number, so we know what we've cut the panels for. And then once it's been cut off there, it then gets fed into our panel assembly team here, which will then start prepping the panels ready to be put onto the trailer. So this is where, again, when we've done a lot of work recently in terms of our quality of the frames that we're putting in. So Jim was talking earlier around the almost like motorhome panels and frames that are going in there, but we now set them in here. They go through a time of curing as well, and so we're making sure that it's sealed tight, and that then goes into our panel assembly. So yeah, from essentially it's probably a day's work from cutting it into here to then get ready for the trailer to be put onto the chassis of the trailer. So we'll go through to Unit B, and then you can see the chassis from where it's put into being built to the end product. So initial point is when we have the trailer that is coming from Factory 4 that we saw going through the line there. So let's use the RT7 as an example. It will come into the bay over here on your left-hand side, and we'll have some form of chassis prep, so making sure everything's done, have any initial work done to it. So you can see, got an RT7 here going through the line, and then it will then have its side panels fitted to it as well. And then once it's had its side panels fitted, it then moves across over here, and we go into roof and nose. So again, you can see a nose being prepped here. That will be the one that's going onto this trailer here. So it then just flows through our line.
So they're waiting for the next chassis.
So they are, panels are prepped, we're just waiting for the chassis to then come in, and then it will just be part of this.
So that chassis will go over there, new chassis will come in, they'll move up.
So again, just continual flow of work coming through.
So from there to there.
Over to here, and that will then have roof and nose fitted. So we run two lines here.
I
so
see.
we run a faster moving line, so your box fans and race boxes, which are quicker. And then we run an RT7 and a race sport, which are a more complex build on the other side. So,
and then they go out.
So they go into the right hand side here, and this is then our finishing and PGI base. So this is where we will have a lot of work of, again, depending on what the options are for that dealer that's selected it, you can have awnings, front store station, tyre racks.
That's all fitted in this
that's all sorted out, and then comes out and then again moves up to factory 4 where we've just been from a logistics point of view and is dispatched there.
Do you set targets for these guys as far as how many?
So we aim for 4 to 5 a day.
And again, of a mixed bag.
Of a mixed bag,
These guys are finishing off this one then? Then that will go over there, Luke.
So this it goes through the line. So at this point it'll be into electrics and other parts being fitted, and then at the very end of the line we then go to like rear door assembly as well being fitted. So depending on what it is.
Did you see how the light came on as it went in? So that there's no onboard electrics in this one, but it's got a solar panel above through to battery to a PIR sensor. So that those lights have just come on, just sensing your movement. So this is standard specification for this trailer, but it's still got lighting inside. Which is again really neat. So.
Is this our ramp or door thing?
It is, yeah. This is the one we're talking about.
Hang on a minute, there's 2 sets of hinges here.
Is it a ramp or is it a door?
I know.
Yeah, well, it's got it clearly said on the label. So, anyway, you go straight up a ramp. Okay. Nice gas assistance, nice and light.
And the whole thing opens. So you haven't got a centre post then?
No centre post. Either or can do the same. and you go straight into a door. But the beauty is we've got no flared light pod here, so it means that our door could go all the way back.
Right round.
So then this one could be a ramp. So it's either or really, but if you're putting a motorbike in,
I'm not going to lie, Jim, that's bloody clever.
it is very clever.
Isn't it?
But you know, if you're in and out with a motorbike, that's great. But also, if you're using this as a workshop, you can leave one shot
Yeah,
in and out, and you can be locking it. So I've done a lot of work with the ground care industry, that we've done a racking system, and we did work with Husqvarna recently. We've got all their tools in there, the electric tools and that. And you know, they're all very conscious of security. So this is a really good product for them because they can shut the rear door, lock it up, and they're just in and out easily. You know, everything can be shut down.
Yes.
So yeah, really good product for that market as well. But this trailer has got so much application, and we're just,
I'm not going to lie, I'm super, I can't go over the door thing yet, mate. I'm not over that.
you got to see it to believe it, and you can explain it until you see it, you don't understand it. So.
No, that's right. No, that is very, very clever. Very clever.
So we've seen all aspects of the assembly now. So this is the final part where we're coming off the end of the line of Factory 3 into PDI and finishing. But what we'll now go and do is have a look at the design teams to see the start of the process at the very beginning before it comes into production. So we'll nip upstairs and see the design team.
Right, so here we are in the upstairs offices, and you know, just introduce you to the design team. That all this trailers that we've seen down there, and all the processes all comes through this guys, and then on into the guys that run the assemblies, and on and on. So it all starts from this point here. So we'll just introduce you to Martin Dickinson, head of design here. And,
Hi, Martin. Yeah, we've just been looking at these, Martin, downstairs, yeah.
Is Martin the man responsible for the door?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we like the twin option on the door, the swing and the... I can imagine.
Pretty much everything starts from here. So we'll start with almost a sketch pad, a couple of ideas. We'll have some input from the management team, from the sales team, from Jim, telling us what sort of trailer, what sort of ranges, what we're looking to carry. We'll take that, we'll come up with some ideas, we'll throw some sort of basic structure together, we'll build some prototypes, we'll do some testing, we'll refine the design, and then it turns into what you see down there. Wheels, tyres, axles, they're all components we buy in. They're to our specification, our sizes, but other than that, everything is 100% designed within this team. So we'll be doing all the chassis, Andy will be doing all the jigs, all the robot fixtures.
Well, that's half the thing. Yeah, you don't think about all that, do you, with the jig side of things? And like, no, it doesn't stop just there, does it? Yeah.
All the production lines, and then over the back there, he does all the homologations, so checking all the lighting regulations, all the drawbars, all the axles, all the brakes, all of that sort of stuff has to be considered. And it all comes together and gets sent down the road. These guys make it, and Jim tries to sell it.
Yeah, you don't think, I mean, like you just mentioned jigs there. I mean, again, yeah, you just think, oh, well, I'll design a trailer, there it is, and off you go. But it's everything behind it, isn't it? It's, like you say, getting to that point.
Yes, all the manufacturing data,
yeah.
all the folded channels, all the welding data. We need to specify how much weld, where it gets welded.
Yeah, every little piece.
These are a laser cut and then press brake folded. These are a laser cut box sections, so all of that data has to put together.
Yeah.
And then tied in with all the purchase components like door handles, hinge bins, lighting, reflectors, gas struts. All of that has to be unit and factored in for getting the right weight on the door, so it's not too heavy to lift, too heavy to close.
There's so much stuff you don't even think of until you start, do you? And then you, oh, forgot that. Oh, we need this, and oh, we need that. Yeah.
And then there's a whole range of options going for the trailer as well. So store stations, electric packs, tool holders, all of that.
Yeah.
We design all those as well. Try to make them so they're universal across the range.
Yep.
So you're not just looking at one trailer all the time. You're thinking, well, can I use that equipment in that other trailer, that other?
Yeah, there's a lot to it, mate, isn't there? That's for sure. Thanks very much. Thanks for your time, mate.
Right, we also have our in-house graphic design team that take the SolidWorks images that Martin produced there, and then they can turn them into into renderings and also all our promotion material. So it's all about really crisp images and also a really accurate website that depicts exactly what the customer's buying. In fact, if you go onto our website now, as you configure the trailer, it'll actually build up the image of the trailer you're getting. So you can see exactly what you're buying into and what colour it is, what options you put on. It gives you the payload, it gives you the price point. You know, it's very interactive. So all of that is done from this office here and all in-house.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Well, that concludes the tour. I mean, what are your thoughts?
I've got a headache trying to work it all out. There's loads. There's so much you don't even think of. No, there literally is so much that you don't even think of.
about, do you?
No, I mean, just might have just mentioned it a moment about even down to jigs and things. You just look at a trailer, don't you, and think, oh yeah, it's fairly
a few bits of bent
straightforward.
metal and a couple of axles.
And then you go around with you guys, and it's fairly apparent it's not just a case of
a little bit more involved.
Yeah. It's not on the it's not on the back of a cigarette packet, is it? It's I'm surprised. Yeah, it's been an eye opener as far as how much goes into the production of these things. It really does. Well, that concludes, I think, our visit down here to the Brian James factory. We've had a very eye-opening day down here today.
Very eye-opening,
just seeing exactly what goes into the production of these trailers, which you would, like us, I think it would be a very simple exercise. It is far from a very simple exercise. There's a tremendous lot goes on behind the scene, as we've learnt today.
Oh, the research, development, and from a sheet of steel, which is just in this building here behind us, to the punching machines and the folding machines, and it just goes on and on. Absolutely brilliant. Yes. Oof.
It does. There's a lot, isn't there? There's an awful lot. So thank you for coming on the journey with us. There'll be some links at the bottom with regards to building your own trailer. Inquiries with Brian James. They've got a fantastic website. So literally you can go on and you can design whatever you want. And these guys will,
Within reason,
these guys will basically do it for you. Well, they'll do whatever you want up to a point. So yeah, go on, have a look, see exactly what they can do. There is an endless list of what they can do, the guys down here. You're coming to Harrogate in August with a display and so forth. We're working together, obviously, with Brian James to bring you the event and others. Over at Harrogate is going to be the first one in 2026 in August there. We're looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
I believe we all are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, can't wait for that.
Should be a good do.
I think so. So really, all was to say is thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for the eye-opening tour.
Thank you.
And I hope you've all enjoyed it. Yeah, I certainly have.
Thank you ever so much.
Over and out.